Since recently, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild became known as the greatest video game of all time, I wanted to make this video to commemorate exactly why it deserves that title and exactly what that means. So if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and let's jump into why Breath of the Wild is the greatest video game of all time. The first reason that it's the greatest is probably one that you guys were all expecting, is that how open world and amazing the game looks. And a lot of people have actually used this to complain about the game or deny the fact that it's the greatest game of all time, saying that it strays away from the original Zelda formula and feels more like Skyrim, the original games. While I don't find this while playing Breath of the Wild, I actually liked the open world, and talking to other characters and being able to explore really made it more fun and engaging to me as a whole. And while yes, exploring may get boring at times, it's definitely less boring than any other open world game I've played. Mainly because instead of traveling from place to place, once you've gotten to a place, you can go back and travel back to it. And there's more than one way to get across the map, and while you're getting across the map, you have things to do like fighting enemies, collecting items, and doing other things. And one of the things I like to do is talk with NPCs. The NPCs in this game are definitely way better and a little less creepy than most of the original Zelda games. But a lot of people complain about them, saying that they're too boring or too bland or not crazy or scary enough than original Zelda NPCs. And these can actually give you side quests to do if you do in fact end up getting bored. And it kind of helps a lot with the entire experience. Not only that, there's a ton of throwbacks and hints to old Zelda games that you might find while going throughout the games. These could be talking with NPCs, items you might find on the ground, and quests that you may do that may be similar to former games. And as someone who's played almost all those games, I absolutely love the fact that they did this. And if you haven't played those games, you definitely won't be missing out on anything. Since, at the beginning of this game, Link has amnesia, and if you don't know any of the past history of Zeldas, technically so do you. And this game has the best combat I've ever played in any game, especially any Zelda game. I'm not saying that Zelda games have particularly bad combat. They did have some really good entries in the combat, like Skyward Sword's combat and Twilight Princess's combat. But this one just knocks it out of the park. It is absolutely amazing, and there's a ton of different ways to fight, like using bombs and magic items, bows and arrows, as well as the standard swords and shields. And your weapons and items can break, or they can be lost. Unlike other games where you have that item until the end of the game, this game has your items break, which definitely means a lot more even when you come across menial things like the standard bows and standard arrows, because it means a lot more, and because it means a lot more, it makes the combat a lot more fun. And the different moves and combos like this one here you can do in the game are absolutely super cool and also make the combat more engaging and fun. It's definitely never boring, and you're always constantly on edge, constantly battling enemies, and it makes the game amazing. One of, if not my favorite thing to do in the game, is go hunting for different outfits. Outfits are super cool because they're broken up into tops, bottoms, and helmets. It's super cool because unlike other Zelda games, your only option for an outfit is what you're wearing until the next stage or whether you unlock one. And you can never go back and change into one either. This one, there's none of that. It's super cool. You can choose whatever you want to wear, or you can just wear absolutely nothing. It's all about the little things that count, and in this game the best little thing or minor detail that they've added is your ability to teleport between places you've already been. Teleporting between shrines and towers makes it super easy to cover the entire map and go to places and complete missions quicker than you would previously be able to do. In previous games, you'd have to get on your horse or turn into a wolf and quickly run as fast as you can, and a lot of times that would take upwards of 20 minutes to get to the next spot you need to go. With this game, all you need to do is open your Sheikah Slate, hit travel, and you can beat the mission in probably about as much time as it would take you just to travel in previous games. Another thing I hear people complain about a lot are the shrines. The shrines are super fun and well worth your time to do. And especially, they give you an amazing reward, and every time you complete one, the animation is so cool, it kind of boosts your self-esteem a little bit when you see the cutscene. Hey, you, I'm looking at you. You're probably not subscribed since an abnormal amount of you aren't subscribed. So if you want me to eat today, I suggest you hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Do you think this list satisfies why Breath of the Wild is the greatest game of all time? I sure do, and I hope you do too. If you love this game just like I do, please hit the subscribe button because I guarantee you this game will come back in this channel's future. Leave a comment down below whether you want me to play more of this game, and maybe I'll just stream it on Twitch one of these days. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.